So you can't find peace. You have it all. You've bought everything. You've gone everywhere. You've gone to every meeting. But somehow you're anxious as fuck. If you're watching this video, chances are you're not sleeping well. You're probably out of shape. You have a really bad relationship with your loved ones. And you're lost. And I know because that used to be me 5 years ago. In this video, we're going to talk about how in order for you to find that eternal peace that you're looking for, the old you needs to die. Let me say that again. The old you needs to die. That's correct. This video is going to be a free-flowing video pretty much. I felt compelled to tell you guys my story and how I was able to overcome the death of the old me. If you watch my previous video, you'll sort of understand where I'm coming from. But today I'm going to go more in depth and really share with you what it was that got me to this point in my life. It really all starts with your childhood wounds. I mean, again, if you're watching this video, you're probably smart enough to know there's some sort of childhood trauma there that you really haven't gotten past through. For me, it was not enough. It was performance-based. If I do XYZ, then I am enough. If I achieve XYZ, then I am enough. If I make $1 million, then I am enough. If I marry the right person, then I am enough. If my kids love me, then I am enough. If my clients renew their contracts, then I am enough. It was this constant battle for seeking that enoughness. And I would remember waking up in the morning and just being like, man, I really got to run today. I got to run. I got to run. I got to run. I got to do, because in doing is when I felt enough. Later on, I come to realize 5 years later that it's not in doing, it is in being. It's being able to align yourself with your higher self, with God. Being able to align yourself is where you're going to find that peace. Now, I know it sounds cheesy, and you're probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? This is not a church. I'm not here to preach at you. I'm just here to tell you my story, and I'm here to tell you how I was able to find that eternal peace that a lot of people preach about, but really they can't help the other person achieve. Now, I was able to piece together from different coaches and mentors a roadmap that helped me find this eternal peace. And this eternal peace, let me just be clear, it's not a magic pill. It's not a seminar. It's not a journey. What it is, it's very simple. It is returning to your higher self. It's returning back to who you are. It's that simple, but it is so profound. Because you need to understand that we came to this world, or you came to, if you believe in God, you came here to experience what it is to feel loved. But a lot of us, men, especially if you're watching this video, you've been looking for love in all the wrong places, but you should mostly be looking for love and validation. If I buy the new sports car, will they love me? But in the interim, you lose yourself. You start getting into vices. Perhaps you're sleeping with the secretary, or you're looking at porn, or you can't fall asleep at night, or you binge eat like I did. I was pushing 260 pounds. Anything to fill the void, anything to fill that void, that quiet desperation inside that was screaming at me, that was telling me you're unaligned, you're unaligned, you're unaligned, you're unaligned, you're unaligned. Didn't have a relationship with my younger children because I was always working, because I thought that was going to be enough. If I get a bigger house, then I'm enough. If I move to the neighborhood, then I'm enough. It's just this never-ending search for enoughness. And going back to my original point, you came here to experience what love is, what true love is, what feeling peace, what peace is. I mean, think about it. You look at this beach. I came here a few days ago and it was super calm. Today's a little rowdy, but it came here to experience that duality. So did you. You came here to experience what it is to find true love. And true love is not found in someone else, or in your children, or in your friendships. Yeah, those are excellent to have, but true love is finding yourself. And you know this. I mean, you know this because you've had the best steaks, you've gone to the best restaurants. How many more conference meetings do you have to go to? How many more meetings do you have to go to know that there's something wrong. There's something wrong in you. And it's not that you're wrong, it's that you haven't found yourself. You have not made contact with who you are. I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago. He was telling me, brother, I'm 41 years old. It wasn't until I did some medicine work that I was able to finally feel. Yeah. Why was he able to finally feel? And his story is my story. Why was he able to finally feel? Because there's this internal pain in you that was so big, and we don't even need to identify whether it's mom or whether it's dad or whatever it was, or some sort of abuse when you were younger, or your third grade teacher, whatever it was, that pain was so big that was the fuel that drove you forward, because you said, no one will ever hurt me that way again. And that's where you're running, brother. That is where you're running. You're running because you're scared. You're running because you want nothing or anyone to go back into that pain and touch that pain. And I know, because I was also running, but I didn't know what it was. I couldn't identify it. I would go to this coaching program. Well, if I make so much money, oh, look, I made this huge commission. I made this huge bonus. I'm set for life. I have another property. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And you cannot be enough until you release that pain that you have inside. It has nothing to do with the next car you're going to buy. It has nothing to do with your second or third wife. It has nothing to do with any of that. Or the incredible Disney vacation you're going to take your kids on your new time-sharing schedule now, because probably chances are you're either divorced or getting very close to getting divorced. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do to returning back to who you are, remembering who you are. And the only way you can remember who you are is if you let go of that pain. But I'm sure you don't know how to let go of that pain. I'm sure you've hired all the coaches. I'm sure you've gone to all the seminars. I'm sure you've watched hundreds and hundreds of hours of YouTube like I did, or read God knows how many books. Yeah, I mean, that helps, but that's not the answer. The answer is returning back to who you are. The answer is being able to sit with yourself and say, you know what? I love myself. The answer is feeling the pain in your body and making a conscious attempt to releasing that pain. Whether it is through screaming, I know I did that. I did a lot of screaming. There was a lot of pain. And you know what's interesting is that I had a pretty good life. I mean, on the outside, immigrant kid, came to this country, first one in my family to start a business. I would make more money in 1 month than my mom would ever make in a year. Made $1 million, you know, had a 7-figure business. I had the wife, had the kids, had the meetings, had the clients, had the prestige. I had everything, lived in the neighborhood I always wanted to live in. But I felt empty. I didn't know what it was. I did not know what it was. And chances are you don't know what it is, because if you're watching this video, it's resonating with you. You're saying, what the fuck is it? I can't put my finger on it. Well, let me tell you what it is. It's the pain you've been carrying. But you don't even know. You're so unattached. You're so disattached from that pain that you're like, nah, this guy, man, he's full of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at him. Well, you know what? It's a Tuesday afternoon and I'm at the beach and you're not. You're probably in the office, or maybe it's late at night and you can't fall asleep, or you're probably downstairs going through the kitchen counters trying to get something to eat because you're just, the anxiety, it's killing you. So you're just like, if I eat more, the anxiety will go away. If I eat more, I'm going to release dopamine. Yeah, I know, because I was there. You know, or you keep on pulling out your wife, pull out your wife, pull on your wife, pull on your wife so that she can help you relieve some of that pressure. But let me tell you something, your wife is not your mother. So you are here because you can't put your finger on it. What is it? What is this all about? And what it's all about, my friend, my brother, is making contact with that pain and releasing that pain. Because it is only through releasing that pain that you're going to be able to find that peaceness. And why do you find that peaceness when you release that pain? Because when you find that peaceness, you return to your higher self. You can actually be a conduit for God. You can actually connect with God. Because you say you feel loved, but you don't feel loved. Of course you don't feel loved. You probably visit your parents every other weekend, or on Sundays you go out to eat with your mom, take the wife and the kids, you pay the bill, you get on your nice SUV, go on vacation with your family, But you keep on telling yourself there's something missing because it's what is missing, and I'm going to continue to say this, and you're not going to believe me. You are carrying a shit ton of pain, years worth ton of pain, that you're not even aware you're carrying. And it's not until you release that pain that you won't be able to find that peaceness. Now, how do we release that pain? I kind of went into it a little bit. You need to sit with yourself, number one. You got to start meditating, first and foremost. You need to start meditating. At least, the very least 20 minutes in the morning, at the very least. For me, my best meditation is in the afternoon. My afternoon meditation is when I get the most downloads. The other thing you need to do early in the morning is, I wake up at 4:30, but I'm usually up, I'm almost always up before 5 a.m. But my wake up time is between 4 and 4:30. And it's in that time that I journal, that I read, that I journal, that I get to know myself. It's that quiet time when I'm sit with myself, because you know what? You're the man, you're the leader. You're the one who's leading your family, and if your family's falling apart, well, guess whose fault it is? Yeah, it's your fault. That's right. If your business is falling apart, guess whose fault it is? It's not the clients or the economy. It's your fault. Okay? And I'm not saying this to carry you with more shame, because believe me, I know you're full of shame. You can't have any more shame than what you already have and what you've been carrying with. I know, I've been there. But I'm telling you this so that you can be aware that you are the creator of your life. And the only way you can truly create the life you want is you got to release the pain. Now, a lot of people talk about like, oh, you got to heal. Yes and no. Yes, releasing the pain is healing, but what I would say is that you need to let the pain go, because you're already whole and complete as is. Genesis 1:27 says God created you in his image and his likeness. So if he created you in his image and his likeness, and he breathed air into your lungs, then are you not an expression of God? So I would say yeah, if you believe in the Bible. So if you're an expression of God, then is God not enough? No, of course he's enough. But I'm only giving you a logical concept right now. And you probably love logical concepts. You're probably a very smart guy. I mean, you've gotten really far along in life because you're very smart. But I'll tell you what, it's not about logic. Logic is the first step. You have to make contact with that. You have to embody it. Yeah, I am God. You have to believe it. But you won't be able to believe it until you release the pain. So again, how do we release that pain? You got to meditate in the morning. You have to journal in the morning. Every morning I write 30 minutes, sometimes a 45-minute journal, just on my emotions as they come up. You have to take care of your body. Your body is a temple. It's God's temple. If your body's out of whack, then everything else is going to be out of whack. You have to build trust with yourself. You have to keep your word to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I mean, I'm sure your kids, when you were a kid and you wanted your dad to come and said, hey, I'm going to come and play with you when I come home from work, you're expecting that. And if you didn't come, then that would really upset you. So think about it. If you don't keep your word to yourself, saying, oh, I'm going to start working out this week, and you don't work out, what's going to happen? More shame. You're going to beat yourself up more. More not enoughness, more not enoughness, more not enoughness. So what we got to get you to do is to start making small wins over and over again so that you can build the confidence that you need. Now, these are all micro things that will help you in this process of remembering who you are, of finding that eternal peace, because it's only when you remember who you are that you actually find that peace that you're looking for, and you actually find that loveness that you're looking for. You find that fulfillment that you're looking for. That's when you find everything, when you release the pain. Because the pain, it's only a story that you're telling yourself. It's a story that perhaps when you were a kid, I'm not enough because my dad didn't play with me, or I'm not enough because my mom screamed at me, or whatever it was, or I'm not enough because my third grade teacher did X, Y, Z. But it's a story you've been carrying with you for many years into adulthood. And now that story, that kid, that wounded child, is the one who's running your life. That's what you've been running. And chances are, if you're overweight, like above 30% body fat, chances are you're overweight because you're trying to protect yourself from the world as a buffer. The pain is so big. The pain is so big. It is so big that it's doing anything it can to protect itself from others, because it told itself, I am never going to get hurt again. Yes, that's what it is. I know you don't believe me. You're probably watching this video saying, what is he talking about? Give me a quick fix, 5-step plan to fix this shit. Well, I'm telling you how it is, brother. I was there. I screamed for 4 hours. They had to put me in a straitjacket. Once I was able to tap into that pain, yes, that level of pain, that was me, that was this guy 30 pounds ago. I know it, I was there. And again, if you're watching this video, you're asking yourself, what the fuck is it? What is it? What's missing? What am I doing wrong? Brother, you're not doing anything wrong. You're perfect as is. What you're missing, I wouldn't say you're doing wrong. What you're missing is feeling, is tapping into those feelings, is tapping into those emotions. It's starting to feel for yourself. Can you do something for yourself? Can you love yourself, damn it? Can you learn how to say no to your wife, to your kids, to your clients, to your employees? Can you put yourself first? That used to be me. I said, why can't I set healthy boundaries? Because I was desperately looking for love and validation because I didn't give it to myself. Yeah, that's right. You didn't give it to yourself. I get this passionate and I'm screaming, obviously not because I'm upset at you. I'm actually glad you're actually taking the time, and chances are if you watch to this video, I'm glad you're watching this video so that you can hear what I have to say, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that most men live a life of quiet desperation. That's right. You might not say it. How can I be desperate? Look at my life. I have everything. But you lost your soul. You lost contact with yourself. You forgot who you were. You forgot why you came here. Yeah. That's the truth. You forgot why you came here. And between you and I, you are desperate to find out. You would do anything to find out. I know, because I was there. I'm going to create more and more videos on this channel. The purpose of this channel is to help men like yourself, help them tap into that pain, find themselves, release that pain, so that they can truly live a fulfilled life for the time that they have left. Because chances are you're probably middle-aged or close to middle age or past middle age, and you're also starting to ask yourself, I don't have a lot of time here, so whatever time I do have left, I want to enjoy it. And this is what this channel is all about. If you want to schedule a call with me so we can catch up, there's a link in the bio. We can schedule a 20-minute call and get to know each other and see how I can help you. All right, brother. I mean this when I say it. I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I hope that you can come back to this channel and get a lot of the free content that I'm going to start putting out. All right? Till next time, my friend. Take care now. Bye-bye then. And remember who you are.